there is a vital role nowadays. It is
Hmm.
not, earlier it was an optional, you can say optional what it was, it is not an optional now. It is every
Correct.
business is directly or indirectly attached to ESG. Right now, if I'll say down the line, 5, 6 years back, I think it was not very compulsory that like you have to follow ESG. But now, ESG is priorities, and people are like putting their ESG model into their businesses.
Hmm. Welcome to FaceTime with Leaders, the business leadership podcast presented by Directors Institute World Council of Directors. I'm your host for today, Priya George, and today's episode is a special one. We're bringing you an inspiring conversation with a seasoned leader who has demonstrated excellence across multiple areas of business, from finance to human resource management and corporate governance. I'm excited to introduce Mr. Gurupad Shivaputra Hombal, a dynamic leader with a wealth of experience in business growth, strategy, financial management, and human capital development. With over 3 decades of expertise, Mr. Hombal has been instrumental in driving organizational transformation, raising funds, optimizing financial operations, and shaping effective governance frameworks. He's also known for his hands on leadership in ERP implementation, talent management, and process improvement. Whether you're a business leader, aspiring executive, or governance professional, you'll gain practical strategies and leadership lessons that you can apply to your own organization. Mr. Hombal, welcome to FaceTime with Leaders.
Thank you, Priya George. Thank you very much for this brief introduction.
So I look forward to having a very insightful and inspiring conversation for our audience today. So let's dive right in. Um, I think, Mr. Hombal, our audience would really enjoy hearing about your journey. You've had an impressive career spanning several areas of business. Can you share with us how you got started and what are some of the key turning points along the way that helped shape your path to where you are today? I'm sure our audience can relate to some of those experiences. We'd love to hear from you.
Right. Right. If I'll talk, I want to talk about my professional journey. It
Yes.
was way back in 1993, I started my journey. And I started with a very, very small company, which is into ITES, like Information Technology Engineering Services. And
Okay.
I was handling entire operation of that company. And it was not a very big corporate or something like that. It is almost a small one. So to
Right.
start my career, I have started my career there. And after that, what happens? There, I have got a very good mentor, Dr. Kumar Swami, N.R. Kumar Swami. He
Okay.
was a mentor because he's seeing my skill. He told me, like, boss, you are good at operational level. Why don't you do
Mm.
IRPM? So he was the first person who has identified my skill, and then he has told me, like, you can able to do this IRPM so that you can able to enhance your career path. So it was one of the turning point which I can able to emphasize on that. And after that, what happened? Like I started that. I got that insight about. He made me to do complete that IRPM course, and then I got a good career growth in one of the big multinational company called JT International. So
Okay.
there I have joined as a HR specialist. So that's how I started from operations to human resource. So I was good in operations. Then he said specialize in HR. So I did a specialization in HR, human resource. So there I have joined as a HR specialist, and there my journey started. And there also I met one of the mentor, very good mentor, Mr. Prakash Munya. He also given me very good insight about HR, and he also trained me because he used to tell me like you have to believe in yourself.
True.
Have to have a right attitude for learning the things. So that was the one key things which I have taken it up from him. And he encouraged me a lot to like, I was a like, key person for implementing SAP HCM in India operation for JT International, which is a very, very big brand. It is all over the world. If I'll say it has got 99 offices throughout, it's a big corporate, big this thing. I was Mr. Munyal has sent me twice to Kuala Lumpur for getting me trained in SAP HCM.
Okay.
And how it has started, like, there also I have learned a lot in terms of, like, there were a different kind of a people who has joined there. There is something
Hmm.
called Center of Excellency team who were doing the implementation of SAP HCM. So it was a very good learning for me about the people and culture. It was
Understood.
really a good things. So what happened there? Have attained a lot of this thing skill set about how to do the implementation and all. Then when I came back to India, then I implemented everything successfully, and it is right now it is running.
Okay.
So this was one of the key things which I want to share with you, like one of the two mentors which has really shaped me out, which I can able to
Right.
say.
Right. And that's so inspiring. I can imagine how those key moments, or like in your case, key mentors or people who came into your life shaped your approach to leadership. So thank you for sharing that with us, Mr. Hombal. Your extensive experience in managing large teams and establishing HR functions, particularly in startup environments, is really impressive. From your perspective, what would you say are the most essential elements in focus on to focus on when building a strong HR function in a new organization? I'm sure many of our audience, especially those in early stage companies, would appreciate your insights and advice on how to approach this important challenge.
One of the key things which I can able to share is the right people, okay, at the
Hmm.
right time and right
Right,
attitude. People can make the difference in any of the HR function, right? You
right.
have to have a right person at the right time,
Hmm.
at the right place. So these are the key thing which I can able to say. So it is all
Hmm.
depending upon the, like, if you want to really build a good HR function. So I can go way back when I was doing like in one of the assignment in Chipmunk Group, which was in Cambodia, which is totally again the people and cultures differences are there. But I was being hired there for doing one of the big. It is a big conglomerate of the company, which is called Chipmunk Group, but they want to put up a plant called Khmer Breweries. For
Okay.
that, the HR function is very important, and which is one of the key things which we want. So I was also a part of it. So
Hmm.
there I can able to say like, it was a really challenging things, but we can able to achieve it. But one way is like, you have to have a good roadmap so that you can able to do a step by step process, and
Hmm.
taking the concerns of the board members. And important is like, you have to have first level is about the key people of the
Right.
organization. Key people for that particular plant needs to be
Makes
identified
sense.
and filled. So
That makes sense.
that was one of the things which I still remember. Like, we had
Hmm.
one of the brewmasters, which
Correct.
he was from Singapore. He was having
Okay.
almost 25 to 30 years of experience. We can able to interview him. We had to put him on our
Hmm.
this thing, and then with the help of him, we have developed an org structure, and we said like, this is how we can able to manage the plant. The roadmap was also made, and we can able to design everything from the org structure to the like, job roles of each and every people, and that everything we developed it and put it out to the board for their final approval. And the board was
Right.
very impressive. So it is all about teamwork, which I can able to say like,
True.
if you have got the right attitude and right people in
True.
place, you can able to do something good. So that's
Makes
one key
sense.
thing, and that is how I can able to develop wherever I have gone. People are the
Right.
assets, which I can able to
True.
say. People are the assets in the organizations. And
True.
what happens, like, you have to have the right people, right mindset. And
True.
if you have got a right attitude, you can able to train. So these are the key things which I can able to share with you in terms of, like,
True.
for building a good HR functions in any of the organizations, because it depends upon the company to company. You can't able to copy this and put it in on that. You have to go strategize it. You have to see to it, like, what kind of function is required there. Based on that, you can able to do it.
Correct. That's a very important point. Creating a
Yes.
culture by having the right kind of people early on
Yes.
can really set the tone from the company. Mr. Hombal, with your vast experience in talent management and employee development, you've probably witnessed the powerful impact that a motivated and a well-supported team can have on an organization's success. In today's fast-paced and competitive world, keeping employees not just performing at their best, but also genuinely engaged can be a real challenge. So we'd love to hear your perspective. What's the one strategy in your experience that truly makes a difference in boosting both performance and morale in today's work environment?
Correct. Because what happens, people are the assets. People
True.
are the assets of any of the organization. What I believe, uh, if you want to make the organization great, right, you have to have a right people in that organizations. One of the key things which I can able to say, like, if you want to boost the morale of the employee and all, you have to keep them engaged. You have to have that engagement should be there with the company. So how you can keep the people engaged in the company is about, like, you have to give them the training or something called career
Correct.
progression. That is all very important in this
Makes sense.
like, fast pacing moving companies, like, so
True.
very important is, like, in terms of, like, if I'll say some examples for that, I'll tell you one example which I have seen in one of the my previous experience about JT
Yes.
International. In JT
Okay.
International, there was a lot of attrition. Okay, so
Okay.
why the attrition was happening, that's what the things, like, why people are leaving, what is it.
Correct.
So what we found it, there was something called, there was a lack of knowledge, or they have not been trained to do what we wanted, what is our expectation. So we developed a module and stated that for all the field staff, and we kept it open. We asked the people for freshers and all, everyone to attend it. So after 45 days of training, that things, it became very successful thing. The attrition rate has come down, because what happens here, we have empowered that particular employee or the person for, like, he has got that skill. Now he can able to go in the market, do something. So that is one thing which can boost the morale of any. So training is one of the key things, and we have to give them the career growth also. What you have achieved, what next, what you are going to do.
Correct.
So
Correct.
if there is something like that, you can definitely going to have, like, you can improve the morale of the employee.
True, true. And it's incredible to hear how those strategies, that you just mentioned in your response, they really shape a company's culture, and you can really see the impact when employees feel valued. Mr. Hombal, you've earned some truly remarkable accolades like the CFO of the Year and Impactful Finance Leader of the Year, which definitely speaks volumes about your leadership and impact in the finance world. While awards like these are a testament to your hard work and expertise, I'd love to hear from you. How do these awards shape your professional journey moving forward, and what do they personally mean to you?
Yeah, it is really good, like, to have the award, because it boosts the morale. One thing. So what happens, like, whatever you're doing, if it is being recognized, you will
Hmm.
feel it, like, yes, you have done something good, good for everything. It is not only for me; it is for the entire team. Always, I
Hmm.
believe in teamwork. I used to take all the employees together. I feel like, I know that first award which I got it in BIDCO Africa Limited, where I was working in Kenya. There I got first award called highest contribution for NSSF. Like, that is a National Social Security Fund. So
Okay.
there I thought about it, like, why we got this award. The award was like, it is about the people, how we are contributing. We were motivating the employees to do some voluntary contribution so that they can able to have their futures in. So that makes it very real because it is like, you're engaging the people with you and you're telling them like, you have to do something for the good for them. So this is something which has really inspired me, like, and it really recognized that time. And the board members, they were very happy, like, yes, you got it. So that was one of the achievement which I got in 2015 or something like that, when I was having an assignment in Africa. And talking about the CFO of the year, which I got it in India, and impactful CFO. This is all because of that, like, it's all about the team, like, how you take it. One thing is very important, like, for getting this kind of award, we have to go with a lot of testimony in terms of, like, we have to have a good corporate governance, statutory compliant. So we have worked towards it from the past 3 4 years. We were working towards that, so that whatever the gaps are there in the company, we need to fulfill it, and we have to come out of each and everything, so that you can have a things which is in place, so that you can able to be acknowledged by any other people. You can able to submit the some of the records and all, they will feel it. Even for the financial impactful, why I got it? Because the financial institutions in Bangalore or throughout whatever the banking system, at least our company's brand image is there. So we can able to do really good impact to them, to have the tie-up with them, stating that, like, whatever the requirement, business requirement or financial requirement is there, we can able to just tell about the show works. This is what I'm to have done it. This is what I'm going to do it. They are really want to fund us. And the thing is that, like, these are the things when I say, like, this one of the award which we can able to publish it on, it will give you the brand image, something where we can able to leverage on that.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. And Mr. Hombal, I've got to say the way you spoke about the personal impact that these accolades have had really shows the humility also behind the leadership. So thank you for being so candid with your responses. Mr. Hombal, as you look ahead, you've made a lasting difference in every role that you've taken on. But as you look to the future, what are some of your key aspirations, both on a professional and a personal front? And when it comes to the boardroom, how do you envision your role evolving, especially as the business landscape continues to change?
Okay. On personal level, yes, you have to be your leadership styles talks more about it. And you have to empower the people and take along with you. That is very important. And in professional level, which I can able to say, like, I always dream about, like, how to expand the business, how to do it. And with all the things are in place. So always in the boardroom, our, like, our main focus will be, like, what we are going to do next. And there is always a roadmap for the 3 years. Always. What happens during my presentation, when I put it in on the board, stating that, like, down the line, 3 years, what we are going to do, we have to work towards it right now. So right now we started working. Whatever the work which I have done from the past 3 years back, that has given a fruit now. So that is how we can able to take the roadmap. The clarity should be very clear in that. And professionally, if I'll say, like, I want to be in one of the good position where I can make difference to the society on both and to the people. And I want to do something good for the country also, where I'll be a part of it, like, for the economic growth or whatever is there with me, I can able to share it and give it to the society. And in terms of, like, if I'll say about in the boardroom, what needs to be done, boardroom etiquettes are very, very important. You have to stick to your points, and you have to prepare yourself before going to the board and stating that, like, what you want to say and what you want to achieve in that. Okay, the decision making should be prompt. And whatever you are giving your this thing, you should be very clear what you want expect from the board. So any approvals, any things, or any business ideas, or whatever is there in that, and based on that, you can able to take the board approval also, because you should have that caliber stating that like why you want to do it. So you have to be very analytic in that, so that you can able to say like, now company is in this, we have to move to this. So what you are going to do it? So there is expansion, there is acquisition. We are going to have something called like, I think yesterday also I had some briefing about some patented this thing. I was having a discussion. It will take time, but we have to start now so that we can able to
Correct.
expand the business, stating that like, okay, one of the new verticals of business I have added in.
Yes.
Right. So
Right.
this is one of the key things are there in the boardroom. Also, you have to be very specifically, you have to see to it like, with the agenda, you can able to complete everything and come out stating that, yes, you have achieved something there.
Correct. Correct. Your approach to the future really reflects a forward-thinking mindset, and it's inspiring to see how you're preparing for what's next. Mr. Hombal, ESG has become an increasingly important focus for businesses across the globe. As
Right.
someone with extensive leadership experience, how do you view the role of ESG in shaping the future of business? What do you think are the most critical aspects of ESG that leaders should prioritize in today's rapidly changing business environment?
Right. Right now, which I can able to say that EH is plays a vital role nowadays. It is not earlier it was an optional. You can say optional what it was. It is not an optional now. It is
Correct.
every business is directly or indirectly attached to ESG. Right now, if I'll say down the line, 5, 6 years back, I think it was not very compulsory that like you have to follow ESG. But now ESG is priorities, and people are like putting their ESG model into their businesses.
Hmm.
So what is happening? Environment, social, like governance. These are the
Governance.
key things are there. In
Hmm.
terms of like if I'll talk about my company where I'm working, here also ESG plays a vital role. Wherever environmental things comes into the picture, we are very cautious. Like I can give some example about here also. We specifically we are into IT sector, service sector. In service sector, we are into like providing services to the customer, where we do some repairs and all everything. So here, what it comes is about the 3 R's, right? Reduce, reuse, and recycle. So whatever the spares which we use it, because we are into end of the life product services. In that end of the life product services, whatever the failure parts are there, we used to collect it. We have got something called TRC, that is called Technical Repair Center, which we have developed it, so that whatever the fault is, so that we can able to reduce down the waste, e-waste. So this is also one of the part of the things, right? So this is how we have developed here also. We started off. And apart from that, we are also responsible for like saving the water and all. We have to have a rainwater harvesting where we can able to save water for the earth. So whatever the best you can able to do for the ESG, we can able to bring it down, like that the impact on the global
Correct.
right. So
Correct.
some few things which we are doing it like and right now 2, 3 more projects are there in the pipeline. We want to do it because this will help us out to increase our business also, because
True.
this is now is becoming part and parcel of the businesses.
Makes sense. Right. It's inspiring to hear how you view ESG not just as a trend, but as a real driver for long-term business success. As we near the end of the interview, Mr. Hombal, uh, what motivated you to join Directors Institute? You come with a wealth of experience in leadership and governance already. How has being a part of this community at Directors Institute helped shape your approach to leadership and strategic decision making?
Correct. One of the key things which I want to share with you, why I have joined, because I remember like from past 2, 3 years back, I used to get some podcast about some related to all business growth or sustainability. A lot of podcasts. I used to get inspired by that. Whenever I used to listen to that, I say some learning is there in that. What it is.
Hmm.
So I have gone into deep, stating that what next. So this inspired really inspired whatever the podcast I have listened from the, because it's to come from world directors council or something like that, is to come to us.
Yes.
So I was just registered myself. So but the right time has not come that time, because I was very busy with my career things and all. I want to share
Hmm.
one by one. I have to complete it all. The right time has come. What happens last year, which I thought about it, no, let me go and join Director Institute. Here, the insight is about there is a lot of learnings, and learning in terms of from the basic concept, frameworks, how it works, and all. So the things which we are unaware of it, and we have to have a structured way of things. So that motivated me to join the Director Institute.
Right. Right. So it's wonderful to hear how the Directors Institute has provided you with fresh insights and opportunities, and it really shows the value of being part of such a forward-thinking community. Um, so, well, that brings us to the end of today's really insightful episode of FaceTime with Leaders. Mr. Hombal, I want to express my sincere gratitude for joining us today and sharing your incredible experiences, leadership lessons, and vision for the future. So, thank you once again for being with us on FaceTime with Leaders.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Priya.
And to our audience, thank you so much for tuning in today. We hope you found Mr. Hombal's story as thought provoking and valuable as we did. If you enjoyed today's conversation and found some key takeaways that can help you in your own leadership journey, don't hesitate to share this episode with your colleagues, friends, or anyone who might benefit from these insights. And of course, be sure to subscribe to FaceTime with Leaders so you never miss an episode filled with stories, strategies, and advice from some of the most inspiring leaders across industries. Until next time, remember, keep leading with purpose, keep growing, and continue making an impact in everything you do. This is your host, Priya George, signing off. Thanks again for listening and take care.